So hello students and welcome back to yet another video tutorial by Genome Biotech. In today's lecture, we would be talking about the leafy genes as well as we would be winding up the entire topic about Arabidopsis thaliana. देखिए अभी इस लेक्चर में हम लोग लीफी जीन के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं। लीफी जीन किस तरीके से रेगुलेट कर रहा था एराडोप्सिस थेलियाना को। लास्ट लेक्चर को मैं कंटिन्यूअस में थोड़ा सा रिकैप लेके चल रहा हूँ यहाँ पर, जिसमें मैंने ये बताया था आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू दैट लीफी जीन्स are the floral organ identity genes. These are the ones that will lead to the formation of particular floral organs. Leafy itself encodes a plant specific DNA binding protein. It will be encoding a plant specific DNA binding protein that can bind in vitro to the promoter of several floral organ identity genes, especially to the apatilla 1 genes present in the form of class A genes. Leafy एक ऐसा प्रोटीन है, एक ऐसा जीन है जो एक प्रोटीन को बनाता है, एंड दिस प्रोटीन, द लीफी प्रोटीन प्रोड्यूस्ड will bind to several different types of promoter molecules, okay, so that the other genes will be promoted, especially the class A genes of the apatilla 1 throughout the flower. So these genes will be expressed, okay, these genes will be expressed throughout the flower. So we can look at the leafy regulation, that how does leafy regulate the other different types of genes. Leafy कैसे regulate कर रहा है अलग अलग genes को, वो हम यहाँ पर देख लेते हैं. So leafy expression of the floral organ identity genes continues throughout the flower development. So it is the leafy that is going to continue the expression of different types of genes, and this expression of the leafy is throughout the flower development it is going to take place. Leafy is not expressed at stage 5. Other factor presumes act to maintain. Along with the leafy is present in the initial development of the flower, not in the mature flower. Mature flower में कभी भी leafy नहीं होता. Leafy हमेशा initial development of flower के लिए responsible होता है. Maturation के लिए हमेशा responsible होने वाला जो हार्मोन है, that is referred to as gibberellic acid, and gibberellic acid appears to be an important regulator for homeotic gene expression in the later stage of flower development. So the later stage of the flower development is being mediated by gibberellins. So gibberellins are going to mediate the later stage of flower development. The gibberellic acid deficient mutant produces flowers that have organs with the correct identity, but which are growth arrested and immature. So if we are going to take gibberellic acid mutants flowers, then gibberellic acid mutant flowers will produce flower. There would be flowers that would be produced, but the flowers produced have organs with the correct identity, but which are growth arrested and immature. So it will produce flower, but all the flowers that would be produced after the action of gibberellic acid, after the gibberellic acid has been inhibited, अगर हमने gibberellic acid को inhibit कर दिया, तो अब जो flowers बनने वाले हैं उसके अंदर सारे organs तो होंगे, लेकिन उन organs का development नहीं हो पाएगा. The complete development of the organs fails to occur if we have taken such type of a modified gibberellic acid molecule. Okay, gibberellic acid deficient mutant gal produces flower that have organ with the correct identity, but which are growth arrested and immature. So we have flowers that are growth arrested in nature, and these flowers are immature because of the absence of the gibberellic acid. Next point. Signaling through the gibberellic acid pathway involves the inactivation of a family of proteins called as DELA proteins. This is what I have already told you, that there are a specific type of proteins which are referred to as DELA proteins. DELA proteins works in an antagonistic manner to the gibberellic acid. It acts as a negative regulator of the gibberellic acid. If you are going to overexpress the DELA proteins, the gibberellic acids will not be able to express. अगर जिब्रेलिक एसिड अगर आप यहाँ पर देखें कि ए पेटिला 3 ए पेटिला 1 के लिए हमारे पास में लीफी जीन रिस्पॉन्सिबल था, यानी कि लीफी क्लास ए जीन को रेगुलेट करता है, जबकि क्लास बी और क्लास सी जीन का डायरेक्ट रेगुलेशन जिब्रेलिन्स के पास में है, और क्लास बी और क्लास सी का इनडायरेक्ट रेगुलेशन लीफी के पास में है. जिब्रेलिक एसिड भी रेगुलेटेड होता है एक और प्रोटीन से, एंड दैट प्रोटीन इज रेफर्ड टू एज द डेला प्रोटीन. ये जो डेला प्रोटीन है ये जिब्रेलिक एसिड को रेगुलेट करती है. हाउ? Because DALA protein itself is a negative regulator of the gibberellic acid responses. Mutations in these DALA genes can repress the floral defects in the GAL3, suggesting that gibberellic acid response are essential for completion of floral organ development. It is the gibberellic acid response that is essentially required for the development of the flower to take place. Expression of Apetila 3, pistillata. Now, when I'm going to talk about Apetila 3 and pistillata, I'm talking about the class B gene and the A gammas gene. The A gammas gene means class C gene is increased in galactose flower after gibberellic acid treatment. Now, see, if the gibberellic acid treatment is going to take place, then the expression of class B genes and the class C genes is going to be enhanced. That means gibberellic acid act as a positive modulator. So gibberellic acid itself is a positive modulator for these proteins. So this is gibberellic acid is going to work as a positive modulator. Okay, so this is the gibberellic acid working as a positive modulator. Gibberellic acid. This is the class B gene. And then you have the next class gene that is referred to as the class C gene. Okay, and decrease in dexamethasone treated plant expressing a steroid inducible DALA protein. So, if there is a plant in which the DALA protein is going to be expressed, the DALA protein expressing plant will not be able to express the gibberellic acid within itself. See, DALA is a negative modulator of the gibberellic acid. डेला एक नेगेटिव मॉड्यूलेटर है जिब्रेलिक एसिड का. तो अगर किसी प्लांट के अंदर डेला प्रोटीन को एक्सप्रेस करा दिया गया है तो वो जिब्रेलिक एसिड को नहीं बना पाएगा. ओके, सी दिस. And this can be induced with the help of dexamethasone treatment. Dexamethasone is a chemical. It is a steroid. So it will move into the cell and will express a protein. And that protein will be referred to as the DALA protein. So once the DALA protein is going to be expressed, then what is going to happen? The gibberellic acid is going to be reduced. It won't be able to express itself. DALA protein gibberellic acid के expression को रोक देगी. Okay. Next. Thus, gibberellic acid promotes expression of the class B and C genes and the continuous development of the flower development to take place. So gibberellic acid will be the one that will be continuing the process of flower development. But what is happening here is that this gibberellic acid is also being negatively regulated by a protein molecule, and that is referred to as the DALA proteins, which can inhibit the gibberellic acid and thus halt the process of flower development. Because gibberellic acid is only essentially required for the terminal flower development. Initiation तो leafy gene कर चुका है. The flower fully mature नहीं हो पाएगा if you would be expressing the DALA protein in high amount. यदि DALA protein किसी भी flower के अंदर over express करा दी जाए या डेला प्रोटीन इंड्यूस करा दी जाए उस फ्लावर के अंदर डेक्सामेथासोन ट्रीटमेंट के बाद में, तो जिब्रेलिक एसिड का असर होना खत्म हो जाएगा. देयर वुड बी नो रिस्पांस ऑफ द जिब्रेलिक एसिड आफ्टर द एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ द डेला प्रोटीन हैज बीन इंड्यूस्ड इन अ फ्लावर. मूविंग फॉरवर्ड. नाउ, regulation of apetila-1 expression. Apetila-1 mRNA, this is I have told you. Next, regulation of apetila-1 expression. Apetila-1, which is the class A gene member, its mRNA is initially descended through the floral meristem. I have already told you, when the development of the plant was taking place, the plant meristem was divided into two different parts. One was called as apical, and another one was referred to as the lateral meristem. देखिए, apical meristem बनता था और lateral meristem बनता था. Apical meristem was the one which was giving rise to the floral meristem. Apical meristem ही वो meristem था जो आगे चल के floral meristem को बनाता है. और ये जो floral meristem है, it is this floral meristem that will later becomes restricted to sepal primordial and adjacent second word. Okay, so later on it will remain restricted to particular locations such as the sepal primordial and adjacent word. जो फ्लोरल मेरिस्टम बना है प्राइमरी मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू से, वो सेपल प्राइमोडिया बना देगा और एडजेसेंट सेकंड वर्ड बना देगा. Now, how does an experimental proof was being devised in order to predict the expression of A patella 1 gene? I've already told you, according to the ABC model of flower development, this A patella 1 protein, the expression of the A patella 1 protein is going to take place only at a particular location within the cell. And that location is the sepal and the petal. Class A gene are always being expressed in the first and the second वर्ल्ड. आप लोगों को बताया गया है कि क्लास ए जीन जो होते हैं फर्स्ट और सेकंड वर्ल्ड में ही एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, तो ए पेटिला का एक्सप्रेशन तो फर्स्ट और सेकंड वर्ल्ड में ही होगा ना. बट नाउ व्हाट इज द एक्सपेरिमेंट दैट हैज बीन परफॉर्म? एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ ए पेटिला 1 is delayed in leafy mutant, increased in flower expressing a constitutive active leafy and activated ectopically in the young leaves of the plant, miss expressing leafy. Now see, first, what was being done? The leafy protein was being inactivated. Leafy protein का inactivation किया गया. तब क्या हुआ? देखिए, expression of A patella 1 is delayed in leafy mutants. Okay, so if the leafy mutants were being created, the leafy mutants were not able to activate the A patella 1 gene. Leafy mutants के अंदर A patella gene का activation नहीं होगा. और जबकि अगर हम यहां पर देखते हैं कि लीफी को अगर हमने ओवर एक्सप्रेस करा दिया, whereas increase in the flower expressing a constitutive active leafy and activated ectopically in the young leaves of the plant, misexpressing leafy. Okay, now leaf increased in flowering expressing a constitutive active leafy was taking place. If you are going to constitutively actively express leafy by combining it with certain vectors, कुछ वेक्टर्स के साथ में आपने कंबाइन किया, कुछ प्रमोटर्स के साथ में आपने लीफी जीन को कंबाइन किया. जब आपने लीफी जीन को कंबाइन किया तो लीफी का ओवर एक्सप्रेशन हो गया, और लीफी का ओवर एक्सप्रेशन हो जाएगा तो ए पेटिला 1 का भी ओवर एक्सप्रेशन हो जाएगा. So this is the case that A patella 1 is directly regulated by the leafy genes. Okay, just a second. So अभी हमने यहाँ पर देखा कि expression of A patella 1 is delayed in leafy mutant. Leafy mutant में A patella 1 का expression कम हो जाता है, जबकि जब leafy mutants को over express किया जाता है अपने promoter पे strong promoter लगा के, तब फ्लावरिंग की एक्टिविटी और ज्यादा इंक्रीज हो जाती है बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द लीफी जीन. बाय स्टेज थर्ड ऑफ फ्लावर डेवलपमेंट, A patella 1 mRNA is only detected in the first and the second whorl of the flower. When the third stage of flower development is being reached, the A patella mRNA is just noticeable within the first and the second whorl of flower. तो A patella 1 का जो mRNA था वो केवल फर्स्ट और सेकंड whorl of flower में ही प्रेजेंट था, यानी कि वो था सेपल में और पेटल में. Okay, the restriction of A patella 1 expression requires A gammas activity as A patella 1 mRNA is detected in all the 4 floral whorls. So if you are going to overexpress the leafy gene, then A patella 1 is going to be overexpressed in all the floral whorls. चारों floral whorls में A patella 1 express कर जाएगा, यानी कि A patella 1 का expression कहां कहां पर हो रहा है. Now the expression of the A patella 1 will continue not in the first whorl but first, second and third whorl all. Okay, whereas the normal circumstances this must be functional only in between the first and the second whorl. Here under normal circumstances, first and the second whorl was expressed by the A gene, and the third and the fourth whorl were being formed by the C genes, whereas B gene was there which was combining with the first A gene and the B and the C genes to form the second and the third whorl. सेकेंड और थर्ड वर्ल्ड हमेशा बी जीन के कंबाइंड इफेक्ट की वजह से ही बनती थी. यहां पर अगर आप देखें तो ये हो जाता था, ये हो जाता था ए जीन, here it was the B gene, and here it was the C gene. But the overexpression of the overexpression of leafy gene LFY will lead to overexpression of A gene into the entire flower. If gene C is inactive, then it will replace the gene C with gene A. Next point. The restriction of AP1 expression requires A-gamous activity as AP1 mRNA is detected in all the 4 floral whorls. Next, I have already told you that the leafy was positively regulating the A-petila 1 expression. Leafy gene positively regulate कर रहा था A-petila 1 के expression को, लेकिन बेटा leafy कुछ और genes के expression को भी positively regulate कर रहा था. That means leafy was also able to express the A-petila 3 genes and was also able to express the A-gamous genes. That is, it was activating the class B gene as well as class C gene. But class B gene and C gene were being activated with the help of certain transcription factors. कुछ ऐसे transcription factors थे जो class B gene और class C gene को activate करा रहे थे. And those transcription factor had UFO along with WUS. So A patella 1 was there, which was acting as a transcription factor for A patella 3. Then there was UFO, which was acting as a transcription factor for A patella 3, and WUS, which was acting as a transcription factor for A gammas. Now, how this UFO and WUS are going to interact with each other, that we have to see. WUS और UFO एक दूसरे के साथ में कैसे इंटरेक्ट करते हैं वो हमें देखना पड़ेगा. Expression of both class B genes is somewhat reduced if leafy mutants and more several reduced in if leafy and AP1 double mutants are being produced. देखिए क्लास बी जीन का एक्सप्रेशन लीफी से भी कंट्रोल्ड है और ए पेटिला 1 जीन से भी कंट्रोल्ड है. यहां देखें ये जीन है बेटा, ये क्लास बी जीन है, ए पेटिला 3 जीन है. इसका कंट्रोल किस किस के पास में है? लीफी जीन के पास में है और ए पेटिला 1 के पास में है. अब मान लीजिए लीफी में म्यूटेशन हो जाता है तो भाई ए पेटिला 3 का एक्सप्रेशन तो कम हो जाएगा ना, और ए पेटिला 1 में भी अगर म्यूटेशन हो जाता है, डबल म्यूटेशन हो गया, ए पेटिला 1 में भी म्यूटेशन हो गया और लीफी में भी म्यूटेशन हो गया, तो बेटा ए पेटिला 3 क्या कभी एक्सप्रेस कर पाएगा? Okay, so would it be able to express? No, it won't be able to express. So if you are going to inhibit the leafy as well as the apatilla 1 gene, then the expression of apatilla 3 will be decreased. This is what it is written. Expression of both of the class B gene is somewhat reduced if leafy mutants and more severely reduced if leafy and AP1 double mutants are being produced. Answering that particular question. What was the question? Just let me have a look at the message card. Okay. Sir, if leafy gene will be increased, then what will be the chances change in flower morphology? Now see, if you are drastically going to increase the leafy gene, then the flowering will take place much more faster. अगर आपने बहुत ज्यादा फ्लावरिंग के अंदर लीफी जीन को म्यूटेट करा के कर दिया है, पॉजिटिवली रेगुलेट करा दिया है, देखिए a continuous active leafy and activated ectopically in the young leaves of plant misexpressing leafy. See, increase in flowering expressing a constitutive leafy is going to take place. फ्लॉवरिंग इंक्रीज हो जाएगी अगर लीफी जीन को आपने कंस्टिट्यूटिवली एक्टिव कर दिया है एंड यू हैव नॉट म्यूटेटेड एनी अदर जीन. आपने किसी और जीन को म्यूटेट नहीं किया सूर्यांश, आपने केवल लीफी जीन को एक्टिवेट किया है, तो फ्लॉवरिंग तेजी से हो जाएगी. सूर्यांश के क्वेश्चन को थोड़ा सा बड़ा करते हैं. सर मैंने लीफी जीन के साथ में क्लास ए जीन, क्लास बी जीन और क्लास सी जीन को डिलीट कर दिया. तो यहां पर देखें, कोई बताए अगर मैंने लीफी जीन के साथ में क्लास ए, क्लास बी और क्लास सी जीन को डिलीट कर दिया है, लीफी जीन को डिलीट नहीं किया, लीफी को ओवर एक्सप्रेस किया है और क्लास ए बी सी आर डिलीटेड, what will happen if I have overexpressed the leafy gene but have deleted the class A, B and C genes? What is going to happen? Mayank, आंसर दे सकते हो? Lovely. Anyone is listening to me? Immature flower will be produced. No? Anyone else? Will be there? What do you mean by will be there? See, I have already told you, beta. I have already told you. Everyone knows the answer. See, this is what is going to happen. See, if leafy is going to be expressed and other genes have been deleted, then a flower which will be made up of just leaf will be expressed. ऐसा फ्लावर बन जाएगा जिसके अंदर केवल लीव्स ही लीव्स होंगी, हर एक वर्ल्ड में लीफ होगी, ना तो सेपल होगी, ना पेटल होगी, ना एंड्रूशियम होगा, ना गाइनोशियम होगा. There would be a whole leaf like structure which would be produced if the leafy has been overexpressed and the class A, B and C has been deleted. This is the class ABC triple mutant. ABC triple mutant produce indeterminate flower consisting only of leaf-like organs. So such type of flowers which would be produced will be referred to as indeterminate flowers produced by the action of the leafy proteins. Any doubt? Answer देना चाहिए था lovely. If I have already told you this. Hello, Suryansh, समझ में आया नहीं आया? Suryansh, you can unmute yourself. You can write in the comment box also.
यस सर,
Okay.
आ गया, वो तो समझ में आ गया. यस सर.
हाँ, तो अगर इन तीनों को आपने डिलीट मार दिया और लीफी को डिलीट नहीं मारा है तो ये तो ट्रिपल म्यूटेंट हो गया ना. ए पेटिला 2 पिस्टिलेटा और ए गेमस का म्यूटेंट हो गया. ए पेटिला 1 एंड 2 मींस क्लास ए जीन, इसका म्यूटेंट पिस्टिलेटा मतलब कि क्लास बी जीन गया, और ए गेमस मतलब क्लास सी जीन गया. तीनों जीन अगर चले गए और लीफी को तुमने ओवर एक्सप्रेस करा दिया, देन दिस इज गोइंग टू टेक प्लेस. ओके.
नो सर, माय क्वेश्चन वाज कि अगर मैं लीफी जीन को यहाँ से हटा दूं तो आपने बोला उस पर AP1 जीन जो है उसका कोई इफेक्ट पड़ेगा, तो मैं तब पूछ रहा था अगर
हाँ, तो
लीफी जीन
देखो
को हटा दिया जाए तो सिर्फ सेपल वाला पोर्शन ही बनेगा क्या, मतलब ओनली सेपल
देखो
विल बी प्रोड्यूस्ड?
see what is going to happen if I am going to remove the leafy gene. See, this is what is going to happen. See, leafy is the master gene which is going to regulate the flowering to take place. Flowering को regulate कर रहा है, तो फ्लावर का इनिशिएशन ही कैसे होगा? फ्लावर का इनिशिएशन ही नहीं हो पाएगा अगर हमने लीफी को हटा दिया. यहाँ देखें प्लीज, दिस इज द लास्ट जीन, दिस इज द लास्ट स्लाइड ऑफ द लेक्चर. बहुत ही अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, वहां पर जाके ये आंसर भी होगा. Leafy is the master gene controlling the differentiation of all other genes. Okay, so the differentiation of A patella 1, the expression of A patella 3. A patella 1 means class A gene. The expression of A patella 3 means class B gene. The expression of AG means the class C gene is going to take place only with the help of leafy. So it is leafy that is going to regulate everything. So if you are going to delete this leafy completely, आपने इसे completely क्या कर दिया, खत्म कर दिया, कोई flower development नहीं हो पाएगा. And even if the flower development will take place, then also there will be several different types of mutations taking place in that particular flower. Hello, Suryansh, अब clear है?
ओके सर, नाउ आई गेट इट.
Okay. Now, class B gene. अच्छा, मेरे को माइक ऑन करना है, रुक जाइए. Because of all these things, I have switched off the mic. अभी किसी को और कुछ पूछना है तो पूछ लीजिए. Shubhangi, any doubt? Shubhangi, you are not paying attention in the classes?
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay, I was expecting this answer from you. Okay, now after this, what we are going to get is this particular slide going towards the recording version, and kindly switch off your mics. Okay. Okay, sorry. So the expression of both the class B gene is somewhat reduced in leafy mutants and more severely reduced in leafy A patella 1 double mutants. तो class B gene का expression leafy के mutants में और A patella 1 के double mutants में बहुत हद तक reduce हो जाता है. How it is being reduced? It is being reduced because the class B gene means A patella 3. So the expression of this A patella 3 will be reduced when the leafy and A patella 1 both are being mutated, because leafy is the main protein that is going to induce the UFO to form A patella 3. So leafy absence or decrease in the expression of leafy gene or a mutation influencing leafy gene will cause the inhibition of expression of A patella 1, inhibition of A patella 3 expression, and inhibition of A gammas expression. Next, class B gene expression is also regulated by yet another protein, and that is unusual flower organ protein, which is also referred to as UFO, is another positive regulator of the class B gene. It is UFO, which is another positive regulator of class B gene. UFO and leafy combined together will lead to the expression of the class B gene. See this? Now, suggesting that UFO is another positive regulator of the class B gene expression if it is going to take place. Leafy and UFO work together in activating the class B gene expression to take place. Now, what is going to happen if I am going to overexpress this UFO? If I am going to overexpress this UFO, the class B gene will be expressed along with the class A gene in the first world, as well as also influence the development of the fourth world. ये फर्स्ट और फोर्थ दोनों वर्ल्ड को एक्सप्रेस करने को चेंज कर देगी. यहां पर यही किया गया. UFO is expressed in second floral meristem in a pattern suggested that it could be the region specific factor that functions with globally expressed leafy proteins. So UFO works in a particular region along with the class B gene. Class B gene means so it will get involved with the class A gene forming petals. UFO क्लास ए जीन के साथ में कंबाइन करेगा पेटल्स को बनाने में, जबकि एंड्रूशियम को बनाने में ये क्लास सी जीन जो कि एगेमस है उसके साथ में इंटरेक्ट करेगा एंड विल लीड टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द petals and androecium areas of the flower. Leafy is not sufficient from A patella 3 and pistillata activation. So when the leafy is ectopically overexpressed using S35 promoter sequences, plant do not activate A patella 3 and pistillata in vegetative tissues or throughout flower. So plants are not going to express these proteins throughout the flower. These proteins are being expressed only at a particular site in the flower. ये proteins पूरे flower में express नहीं होती, भाई flower की एक particular site पे ही इनका expression होता है. These proteins are being expressed only at a particular site and are never being expressed fully in the entire region of the flower. Next, ectopic expression of UFO activates AP3 at a slightly earlier time in development and in an expanded domain as compared to wild type. Very important. I have already told you, this is what I was saying to you. When you have ectopically enhanced UFO expression, it will produce extra petal and stamen at the expense of sepals and carpels. Now you have overexpressed the genes. अब आपने जीन्स को ओवर एक्सप्रेस करा दिया. जब आपने जीन्स को ओवर एक्सप्रेस करा दिया है, when you have over expressed these genes, then what is going to happen? Tell me what is going to happen. See, this would be the class A and B genes, class A and class B genes. Okay, this is class A and class C gene. This is somewhere the class B gene expressed. Now you are going to overexpress this particular gene. When you are going to overexpress this particular gene, then this class B gene will now become expressed in between the first, second, third, and fourth world. Okay, this would be the broader spectrum of action of class B gene. Class B gene अब सब जगह पे activated हो गई. पहले class A gene यहाँ पर थी. This one was the class A. Then there was class B. And the last class was class C. Genes. It was leading to the formation of sepal, petal, androecium, and gynoecium. Sepal, petal, androecium, and gynoecium. But when the class B gene is overexpressed, then it will not express the sepal or the gynoecium. It will be expressing petal, androecium, and androecium. See this. This is what is written here. Plants produces extra petals and stamens. Plant will produce extra petal and stamens at the expense of sepals and carpels. So sepals and carpels are going to be lost, and the plant will be producing an extra petal and stamen, that is referred to as the male reproductive organ, as I have already told you. Apetila 1 also participate in activation of class B gene expression in petal. Apetila 1 is not sufficient for class B gene activation to take place. So if you are going to overexpress the class B gene by overexpressing the apetila 1 gene, यदि आप क्लास B जीन को ओवर एक्सप्रेस करते भी हैं apetila 1 के ओवर एक्सप्रेशन से, तब भी कोई असर नहीं पड़ने वाला. देयर वुड बी नो alteration, no change that would take place. Kindly take a snapshot of this particular page, very important. Moving forward, okay, just moving forward. Now this is what I have told you here. It is this leafy that has the positive autoregulation of the class A gene, such as apetila 1. Leafy also activate apetila 3 indirectly with the help of a transcription factor, and that is referred to as UFO. Okay, through UFO, it is going to activate apetila 3. And apetila 3 will produce certain negative modulators that will regulate leafy gene. apetila 3 ही कुछ ऐसे मॉड्यूलेटर्स को प्रोड्यूस करेगा जो लीफी जीन के एक्सप्रेशन को रेगुलेटेड मैनर में होने देंगे. मूविंग फॉरवर्ड. Now maintenance of class B gene expression. How the maintenance of class B gene is going to take place? Maintenance of apetila 3 and pistillata expression in flower requires the activity of both apetila 3 and pistillata, including that these two proteins function in a positive autoregulation manner. These two proteins, apetila 3 and pistillata, always work in a highly controlled and coordinated manner. As these proteins always works in a highly controlled and coordinated manner, then they will cause the expression of other genes to take place. Pistillata expression is not maintained in apetila 3 or PI mutants, and the early Ford world expression of the PI in wild type flower is also not maintained in older flower. देखिए यहां पर एक और जीन का आपको एक्सप्रेशन मिलता है, and another gene expression that you are going to look forward is referred to as the PI genes. PI genes. PI gene expression is not maintained in apetila 3 or PI mutant flowers. So PI gene will not be expressed in the case of mutant flowers, and the early floral worlds expression of the PI gene in wild type flowers is also not maintained in older flowers, because apetila 3 promoters promote but not the PI promoter contain CAG box. It has been speculated that the autoregulation of apetila 3 is direct while the pistillata is indirect. Now this is very important. There is a box which is present within the promoter of the apetila 3. apetila 3 के promoter के लिए एक पर्टिकुलर बॉक्स है उसके प्रोमोटर में, जिसे हम बोलते हैं कैग बॉक्स. याद है इस कैग बॉक्स के बारे में? It was this CAG box only where the binding of specific proteins was taking place. What was that particular protein? Look here. It was this MATS domain was binding to a specialized region present over the promoter of certain genes, and it was able to bind to the CAG region. Now this CAG region is present in the case of apetila 3. CAG region apetila 3 में present है. इसीलिए हम बोलते हैं कि apetila 3 का डायरेक्ट एक्टिवेशन हो सकता है, लेकिन कैग रीजन एब्सेंट होता है पिस्टिलेटा या पाई जीन्स के अंदर, जिसकी वजह से इनका डायरेक्ट एक्टिवेशन नहीं हो पाता. सी दिस, बिकॉज द apetila 3 promoter but not the pistillata or PI pi promoters contain CAG box. It has been speculated that the autoregulation of AP3 is direct while that of PI is indirect. Okay, सो इसका जो ऑटो रेगुलेशन होता है वो इनडायरेक्ट होता है. नेक्स्ट इज रेफर टू एज द ए गैमस जीन. नाउ ए गैमस एक्सप्रेशन टेक्स प्लेस थ्रू लीफी विद द हेल्प ऑफ वुस. वुस जो है ये एक ट्रांसक्रिप्शन फैक्टर की तरह है. ये लीफी के थ्रू ए गैमस जीन के एक्सप्रेशन को एनहांस कर देता है. इट विल एनहांस द एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ द ए गैमस जीन थ्रू लीफी. A gamma gene expression is activated in all the fold worlds if the leafy positive regulation is going to take place. If you are going to enhance the expression of leafy, then what is going to take place? It is going to activate the A gamma expression as well as in vegetative tissues of leafy VP16 plant. Okay, so it is going to enhance this A gamma expression. So we can conclude that leafy is directly controlling the A gammas. अगर आप leafy के expression को बढ़ाते हैं तो A पेटिला का 1 का भी expression बढ़ जाएगा, A पेटिला 3 का भी expression बढ़ेगा और A gammas का भी expression बढ़ेगा. यानी कि leafy gene के expression को बढ़ाने से हम flowering को और तेजी से कर सकते हैं. So this technique has been actively used in the case of horticulture and agriculture practices. You can increase the expression of leafy with the help of certain chemical compounds. Once the expression of leafy is increased, it will increase the expression of A petila 1, A petila 3, and A gammas. Just give me 10 minutes. While the expression of pistillata gene is completely indirect with respect to leafy gene. Next, the meristem regulating protein, WUSCHEL, which is also referred to as WUS, has been identified as a leafy cofactor. It has been identified as a leafy cofactor in the activation of the A gammas gene. You can see here that the activation of A gammas require a cofactor, and that cofactor is referred to as the WUSCHEL cofactor. The WUS mutant have defected apical meristem growth that cannot serve as permanent source of stem cells for original initiation. Okay, stem apical meristem is not going to be functional. If the stem apical meristem is not going to be functional, then if WUS mutation is going to take place, then it will inhibit the flower development any further to take place from any shoot. कोई भी plant की branch के अंदर शूट एपिकल मेरिस्टेमेटिक सेल्स होते हैं. यही शूट एपिकल मेरिस्टेमेटिक सेल आगे चल के फ्लावर को बनाते हैं. लेकिन अगर वुस जीन के अंदर म्यूटेशन कर दिया जाए तो वुस जीन इस शूट एपिकल मेरिस्टम को आगे ग्रो नहीं करने देंगे, एंड सो will not serve as a source of new organ formation. और स्टेम एपिकल मेरिस्टम अगली बार नए ऑर्गन्स को या नए फ्लावर को डेवलप नहीं होने देगी. These mutants undergo a stop and go pattern of development in which shoot meristem provides few leaves and then stop with subsequent adventitious meristem producing a few leaves and then stopping. So only few leaves production will take place and then the ultimate stop is going to take place. Both leafy and WUS gene binds to A gammas gene, regulating its sequence in vitro. Leafy और WUS दोनों ही वर्क करते हैं और दोनों ही वर्क करके A gammas gene को एक्टिवेट करा देते हैं. Co-expression of leafy and WUS in yeast stimulated the expression of reporter gene under the control of A gammas regulatory sequences. So experimentally it has been proved, अगर आप leafy और WUS को दे दें तो A gammas के promoter से expression of genes will take place. After being activated by WUS, A gammas is turned down, regulating the expression of WUS in the center of the floral meristem. A gammas अपना expression करने लग जाता है. A gammas अपने आप को feedback inhibition के through control भी करता है, because it is this A gammas that will regulate the expression of the WUS gene. A gammas WUS gene के expression को regulate भी करता है. So now we would be looking at another protein, another transcription factor. That one was regulating the transcription of the class C gene. क्लास सी जीन के ट्रांसक्रिप्शन को रेगुलेट करने वाले एक और फैक्टर के बारे में हम बात करने वाले हैं और उस जीन का नाम है WUSCHEL जीन. The meristem regulating protein WUSCHEL, which is also referred to as WUS, has been identified as a leafy cofactor. So WUS is going to be combined with the leafy, and then it is going to induce the A gamma gene expression to take place. So what I'm going to tell you here is that the WUS mutants, this WUS protein is responsible for the formation of an inflorescence. Now what is this inflorescence? Inflorescence होता क्या है? देखिए एक ब्रांच है, प्लांट की एक ब्रांच है और वो पूरी की पूरी ब्रांच फ्लावर से कवर्ड हो गई और उस फ्लावर से कंप्लीटली इसे एक स्ट्रक्चर बन गया है जिसे हमने बोला है इनफ्लोरोसेंस. तो इनफ्लोरोसेंस इज बीइंग प्रोड्यूस्ड एंड दैट इनफ्लोरोसेंस इज बीइंग फॉर्म्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ द वुस प्रोटीन. क्योंकि वुस प्रोटीन जो है वो मेरिस्टम रेगुलेटिंग प्रोटीन है. इट इज गोइंग टू रेगुलेट द मेरिस्टम, दैट इज द डिवीजन ऑफ द सेल्स is going to be regulated with the help of WUS. So if you have taken a mutated WUS protein, then it will have a defective stem apical meristem that cannot serve as a permanent source of stem cells for organ initiation. The entire flower development again and again is not going to take place. See, there are certain plants that has flowering in a particular season because they have active stem apical meristem. अगर उस प्लांट के अंदर एक सीजन में फ्लावरिंग हो चुका है और अब आपने वुस्चिल जीन को एकदम इनहिबिटेड कर दिया है, then in the coming seasons there would be no flowering. These mutants undergo a stop and go pattern of development in which shoot meristem produces a fruit, leaves, and then stop with subsequent adventitious meristem producing a few leaves and then stopping. So in such type of mutations, branch will grow, ब्रांच की ग्रोथ होगी, कुछ पत्तियां बनेंगी, फ्लावर तो बनेगा ही नहीं और वहीं के वहीं पे ये ब्रांच रुक जाएगी, आगे ग्रोथ नहीं कर पाएगी. सो वुस्चिल is being expressed in those branches which now halts their growth to take place. जब भी आप फ्लावर का डायग्राम बनाते थे क्लास में, अगर आप लोगों को याद हो, आप एक प्लांट का डायग्राम बनाते थे, याद करो कुछ ऐसा डायग्राम बनाते थे आप. मेरी ड्राइंग इस पे तो बहुत ही बुरी है, फिर भी हम कोशिश कर सकते हैं. We used to make a plant, okay. Then what we used to make? We used to make certain leaves, okay, branches, and then leaves were being made. Now what we were doing is we were making branches from this particular part, but we were making a flower only in the apical meristem region. बाकी सब रीजन्स पे हम फ्लावर क्यों नहीं बनाते थे? इसलिए नहीं बनाते थे क्योंकि देखिए बाकी रीजन्स पे फ्लावर होते नहीं है. क्यों नहीं होते? Because of the expression of a protein that is referred to as Wurzel. This Wurzel protein, this type of bud, the bud which will get converted into the flower at the terminus is commonly referred to as the terminal bud. बेटा ये जो बड होती है ना, इसी का नाम टर्मिनल बड होता है. और यहाँ पर जो बड होती है ना, जिससे ब्रांच निकल लिया, उसका नाम होता है ऑक्सिलरी बड. Okay, so one is referred to as the terminal bud, another one is referred to as auxiliary bud. Terminal bud, auxiliary, auxiliary bud. So terminal bud usually do not have the expression of Wurzel, that is why it can produce flower. After a certain time period, this plant will not be able to produce flower because of the expression of Wurzel protein, and then its branches will stop its growth. कुछ समय के बाद में ये प्लांट आगे फ्लावर नहीं बना पाएगा because Wurzel protein इसके अंदर एक्सप्रेस हो जाएगा और फिर इसकी ग्रोथ रुक जाएगी. Next point. Both leafy and WUS binds A gammas and are going to regulate it in vitro. Two leafy and two WUS binding sites are found in close proximity within the A gamma's second introns. So A gamma's gene has many introns, and the second intron serve as the binding site of the leafy and WUS. Co-expression of leafy and WUS in yeast stimulated the expression of reporter gene under the control of A gamma's regulating sequences. अगर हम leafy और WUS को ओवर एक्सप्रेस कर देते हैं तो A gammas के सीक्वेंसेस यानी कि क्लास C जीन ओवर एक्सप्रेस हो जाते हैं. After being activated, WUS A gammas is turned down, regulating the expression of WUS in the center of the floral meristem. After the A gammas has been activated by WUS, A gammas gene negatively regulate the activity of the WUS. Once a flower has been developed, then that flower will inhibit the further development of flower to take place. जब वो फ्लावर हट जाएगा उस जगह से, तब दोबारा से उसका एक्सप्रेशन चालू होगा और दोबारा से फ्लोरल मेरिस्टम बन जाएगी, स्टेम एपिकल मेरिस्टम से नया फ्लावर आ जाएगा. Now the last slide that I was telling you, Wuss expression is at highest level during stage 2nd and 3rd of flower development and is not expressed at the stage 6 of flower development when all floral meristems have been used for organ initiation. जब सारे के सारे floral meristem flower के सारे organs को बना देते हैं, तब Wuss का expression बंद हो जाता है. Now see this. Leafy gene was regulating A petila 1, was regulating A gammas. Wuss was regulating A gammas. A petila 1 class A gene and class C gene are always acting in antagonistic manner. Class A gene और class C gene हमेशा एक दूसरे के antagonistic manner में work करते रहते हैं. Class A gene first और second world में expressed है. Class C gene थर्ड और फोर्थ वर्ल्ड में एक्सप्रेस्ड है. और लीफी एक्टिवेट कर देता है क्लास बी जीन को, जो सेकंड और थर्ड वर्ल्ड में एक्सप्रेस है. और ये जो जीन्स होते हैं, ये सब जीन्स आपस में इंटरेक्ट करके फ्लावर के अंदर सेपिल, पेटल, एंड्रूशियम और गाइनोशियम को बना देते हैं. एनी डाउट? लीफी आर ऑल्सो regulating another class of protein called as the septilita protein. You should have noted it out. If these proteins are going to be mutated, अगर आप देखिए इन सारे के सारे पेटल्स के अंदर इन जीन्स का आपने म्यूटेशन कर दिया था, then the entire flower was being converted into sepals. Do you remember this particular point? When septilita genes were being completely modified, तो पूरे फ्लावर के अंदर केवल सेपल ही सेपल बचे थे. See this. Arabidopsis has 3 septilita genes, SAP1, SAP2, and SAP3, that are functionally reductant. SAP1 and SAP3 are expressed in all 4 worlds. SAP3 is expressed in the world 2, 3, and 4. Okay, see this. Those flowers that have triple mutants produce intermediate flower consisting of only sepals. अगर आपने तीनों में म्यूटेशन कर दिया, सेप्टिलेटा जीन्स के अंदर SAP1, SAP2 और SAP3 के अंदर, तो ये तीनों जीन म्यूटेट हो जाएंगे, तो पूरा का पूरा फ्लावर ही सेप्टिलेटा फ्लावर बन जाएगा. It will not have any organ, it will have only sepals. This is how the control is being established in the case of flower development in Arabidopsis thaliana. So leafy gene also regulates septilita gene. Septilita gene is the one that is going to regulate the class B genes, and then also they are going to activate the class A and the C genes. This is all about flower development. We have finished the flower development. In indeterminate agamous flower, Wuss expression is maintained in the center region of the floral meristem. Not necessary. Now, repression of agamous expression include all the different types of genes which are there. Now these genes also regulate the agamous expression. I have already told you, curly leaf genes, inaccurata genes act to prevent agamous expression in leaves, act to repress agamous expression in the inflorescence meristem, that is referred to as BLR gene. Sterile Aptilata gene act to repress agamous expression in inflorescence stem. Then the apatilla gene is there, and lagunin gene is there, sausage gene is there, but these genes are of no use. We have finished Arabidopsis thaliana, and majority of the questions in the case of Arabidopsis thaliana will be from this particular chart which is shown in front of you. ये बहुत ही important chart है, पूरा basic है Arabidopsis thaliana के बारे में. So hope you have enjoyed the lecture about Arabidopsis thaliana. From tomorrow, we would be starting the Caenorhabditis elegans, and the series of developmental biology will be continued. Meet you tomorrow at same timing, 8:30. Good night, goodbye. Thanks a lot. Good night. Bye.